Here, Maine, can you fix this so I can get my pretend on like the mic is in front of me? Yeah.
She's talking about it. Care about that dead mic with you.
I do. I know. I love them.
Things like are good and blah blah blah. She's like, tell me if you need help with the wedding. I want to help. I was like, no. She's the one that got me the gig to sing for the caucus. Cause she's a lawyer, so she's connected to a lot of weird people. She was like,
which one you talking about?
Fuck yeah, bitch.
Tequila. Okay.
She was like, if they tell you go to the party, bring me with you. I was like, I got you.
That'd be so weird having people.
I know. I was like, they're probably trying to like let go of the live.
Yeah. Which is alright with me because we can wear different clothes and take over February.
Yeah, because that February shit was not the vibe. Why did I have a problem with freezing?
As you can hear, we have guests.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm like, didn't we suffer enough as a people?
As a people.
Give us a summertime date, man.
All right. Okay, y'all. Is it
I
like
didn't even know you were
pause?
live.
We are live and whatever that has an issue with it. So maybe that wasn't it. Here we go. Ta-ta. The broadcast has been paused. It should resume shortly. You paused it? Said it was paused. Having one of these wonderful issues.
Can you take off your badge, babe?
Excuse me?
Your badge?
It's a different job.
It is a different job. I'm sorry. She here for it. Let me just pop. Let me get my sexy
Get
on.
ready.
There you go.
Okay, lust, my dear.
Dear
Okay.
Lovey Lust. Act like she got something going on. I look so professional.
Right, I'm like, let that hair
I look very professional. Shall I go
It's
there?
all right.
Let me go there.
You look like you're gonna give somebody an interview.
You know what? Fuck you.
Make it worse. Make it make sense.
They talking shit about me, y'all.
Look
So
how
about like let it out. Like you're here for the shit.
Can you take off the badge?
Like you're here for the shits. That's Vicky.
Oh, I got it.
Say, take off the badge. Act like you're here for it. Like I ain't had the shit in the thing this whole time. So, woo, hot. I'm gonna pull that back because it's too hot. So I should have just kept the fucking shit in the ponytail. See, peer pressure. Don't do peer pressure.
I told you not to do it. You only made it.
What up, Dion? I see you on the check-in.
Right.
Yes,
Be
the
here
girls
for it.
are out.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, my bad. Hold on, Governor. So you want the questions?
I did email you.
Okay. Hold on, Governor. There's my sister. They love to call me when I'm
Tag some friends, Dion, in the comments.
What up?
Biz, what up?
How you doing?
Tag some friends in the comments. We're going to get some
How
more
you
people
doing?
to
You in
join.
school?
Come on in, Vicky. We
Oh,
filming, but
no,
yeah,
I
come
saw the
on
numbers
in.
behind your head. I didn't know what was happening.
Shay on a
Yes,
whole
sister.
phone conversation.
No, my sister, who I haven't seen in a long time, we are live on recording the Dear Love and Lust podcast. Hi,
Hey,
Janelle.
big guy.
Say hey, Nelly. Hi, everybody. She said hello, y'all. Okay, so we are very much so live. Hi, aunties. Look at my little babies.
Man, did you post it? I don't see it yet.
What
So
y'all
Dear
got
Love and
going
Lust.
on? Auntie, love y'all.
That means you're not following Dear Love and Love. Shame on you.
How you
Shame on me. I
doing?
am so.
What's up?
Because you
What's
should
going
get the
on?
notification. Because
You
we're
good?
live.
This I see. Where is what's the name? Jordan. Where Jordan at?
Let me turn it down.
Hi, Jordy Poo Poo. What's up?
Tag some people in the comments so they can log on and join.
I'ma call y'all back. I love y'all. Hi, Auntie. Say hi, Auntie. I love y'all. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Love you too. Peace out. All right. That was beautiful. So we know we got a lot going on over there on the table. Once we finish,
closing
we are
that
going.
door?
Yeah,
We
we're closing the
leaving
door.
that open?
Closing the door. CB, push that door behind you. Okay.
Alright.
All right. Log on, ask questions, get it in, you know,
What's
because
up,
we are
Cindy?
here.
In the building and in the chat.
What up,
Yes.
fam?
You know.
You tag some friends.
What up, Vic Vic? She's in the building. Hello. Oh, okay.
Okay, what?
I got a makeup appointment. Excuse me. Okay. Sounds good. Treat me better than a man.
Want to share, babe?
Hello. Okay, nobody don't be sending me no makeup appointments.
What's good? It's Maine Event live in Brooklyn. Shay.
What up? What up?
We are live on Dear Love and Lust, our Facebook page.
Yes, we are.
Shout out to everybody tuned in. Shout out to everybody that will be tuned in or watch this later.
All right. So we are got it. All right, we are live. We are recording. We are doing our whole thing, y'all. So we gonna have the audience with the processes. All right. So we is going inside there. Cups is on the table. If y'all gonna have a drink, and we're about to get started on our episode. So until we get to the trailer. Yes, because we are at number 30, Maine. 30.
30.
Yes.
30.
30 dirty. Okay?
This episode is entitled
Yes.
After Valentine's Day.
Hold on.
Can we?
Listen.
Are we doing Valentine's Day stories?
Well, we didn't get there yet. And I don't think we didn't get there. But put your questions into the comment. If you go on, get your drink, do what y'all doing with y'all drinks and stuff like that. But yes, you gotta quiet down some. But even they don't talk until they ask.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So you gotta quiet down for a second. Okay?
You know I'm always a problem. I apologize.
It's all right, but put your question in the comment.
Nicole on the check-in. How you doing?
What up?
This is a podcast, and I'm about to introduce it. If you pay attention and listen, you'll see what it's about. We discuss love, sex, and relationships. I'm your host, Maine Event Live, and we got Brooklyn Shay on the right of me. Let me actually just read.
Yeah, here for all
Dear
of
Love and Lust shares perspectives from both man, myself, and a woman, Brooklyn Shay, in response to submitted anonymous questions. Although today they won't be that anonymous because we're live on Facebook. About love, sex, and relationships. And then we'll also go into some various trending topics as well. We definitely going to have to talk about your boy, Ye, today.
Who's losing his bloody mind.
No, I don't think so. But he knows exactly what he's doing. Because if you notice, he got a documentary out.
He's calculated.
He's got an album coming out. He's still promoting the album he just put out.
Right.
He's also got some other projects, and I guarantee there's a couple new shoes and boot releases.
Them things is huge, but calculations is everything. We here for that, okay?
He learned from the best.
Walk on the moon.
His wife's family and him, and you know, well, soon to be ex-wife, or who knows?
About to be canceled.
All right, y'all. So we are good to go. We're gonna have more than enough time
Tag
to
some
talk
friends in the
about
comments if you're paying attention. Tag some more. Let's make this more fun. We want you to ask some questions. We will get to them. But you got question one up?
I got question one up. Okay. So, since we are here for it, episode 30, Maine. 30.
Yeah, dirty 30.
Dirty 30 today. We're here for that. Woo! Clap it up. I know. Be like, clap it up. All right. So, since we're talking about after Valentine's Day, did you happen to have a Valentine's?
Yeah, I went out with a girl named Pillow.
Was she fluffy?
Very nice and firm. And I enjoyed my side chick. Her name was Blanket.
Did she keep you warm?
Very warm.
Oh my gosh. I am here for all of this. All right.
And then, you know, she invited a friend called
whatever that was, good job.
No, she invited a friend called She.
She She was all right.
Yeah.
She's, nice, not heavy.
Nice and
you
kept it cool.
Mm-hmm.
I silky.
I understand.
It was a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful.
I just remember waking up feeling like, oh, that was a great day.
That's beautiful. Okay. I felt the same way. It was called 24 hours of work.
Here we go.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Got paid to not participate in a holiday that's considered a holiday. That's not really.
I had more fun on the 11th for the Aquarius season party.
Listen here, which you turned out for. Okay, let me tell you. Vicky is in the building, okay? And though my other two sisters are here, this would be the opportunity that I did not do when we had our beautiful show, whatever, what we had the next day, the meeting, per se. But they always show up for me, okay? The women, period. So I do get it when people can't show up, okay? I know people think I'm very sensitive. I am. But Vicky was there, and we had a good time. She was the one that woke me up so I could come to the party because
somebody was hibernating.
I was knocked out. Okay, I had come off of work and again another 24 hours, and I was so tired. I was like, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to lay down. I had already went and got my face did, so I was good to go. I was like, I'm just going to lay here for a little bit so I could just get some rest. Next thing I know, it is like 12:45. I said, oh, shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does. It's happened to the best of us. But I just want to say,
you made it.
I
Right
did
at
make
prime
it.
time.
Right at prime time. People was coming in, and it was really, really good. I enjoyed myself tremendously. And thank you so much for listening, Maine. Okay? I know I'll be busting your chops sometime, but, you're the best man I never had.
Wow.
Here we go. So, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Hope y'all caught that. I have not had a piece of Maine. Okay, listen. All right. Now get to the question. Does that make you uncomfortable?
I'm still here, aren't I?
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure. I like to make Maine uncomfortable at times,
You-
but he
you-
does
you
not.
can't Me
I
Too
can't.
me.
Excuse me.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
let me just say my part. All right, I get it. Anyway, get into the question. The
She
number
didn't
one
know what I
question.
said.
No, I ain't. I kind of just going right diving back in. Diving in. All right. Did it fly over my head again?
Yeah,
A little bit.
But it's
Okay.
all right.
It's okay. I'm here for it. So, question 1. What do you do when the person you wined and dined for Valentine's Day ghosts you? Mr. One Valentine's Day stand. How did you get stands? Who stood you up? Who stood you up?
That's a real interesting question. Cause
Wow. Somebody ghost you right after you did all of that for them?
What I want to know
Did you give them any?
exactly. See, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Did you give them any? Because was it not good? It was pretty.
Because if that was the first time y'all engaged in anything sexual and she ghosted you,
Mr.
something ain't right.
One Valentine's
But
Day.
I'm going to be a little more sympathetic.
Be that.
Okay.
Come on.
So the scenario I'm picturing, probably somebody they work with or knew.
Okay.
And that person, they whined and, they try to invite them out many times. The person said no. Then, they showered them with roses and different little things, try to get their attention. And finally that person gave in. In my opinion, that person may have gave in because the person that they actually wanted to go enjoy Valentine's Day with played them. Or didn't show enough interest to make it seem like, all right, they were going to be there Valentine's Day. And they did not want to be home, and they could give a care less about no Valentine's Day, so they decided, I'm going to go with this dude. Probably picked a restaurant, and it probably wasn't cheap.
Wow.
Probably told you what to wear.
Wow. Wow.
Matching colors and everything.
Wow.
Then got to the venue, had a good time and so forth, and enjoyed yourself, made you feel like you were giving them an amazing time. And you probably did. And your feelings probably got invested in a deposit that was going to be returned. That's what it sounded like.
Return process.
What do you think?
I think it sounds like you tried and attempted to do something very nice for somebody who didn't appreciate it. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yep.
Okay? It sounded like that wasn't the one. And glad that you found out now versus later. Okay? That this person is materialistic and just somebody that was just there for a good time. And it's okay. So you just opened yourself up for the person who is meant to receive that goodness. So, Mr. One Valentine's Day son, I am really single, and hopefully you look good, and you know, that's pretty much it. All right. So this is a very I'm not gonna say that part, but what I will say is the fact that it's a beautiful thing to just do self-love and cater to yourself. And I'm sorry that happened to you, but you know, we here for it. All right. So we want to hear more from our audience and from people out there. What would you think about somebody ghosting you after you wine and dine them? Okay?
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comment section. Talk about it. Because really, like I said, you just opened yourself up for the person who really should be receiving that.
Right.
Point blank period.
That's a nice way to put it.
Point blank period.
Here's what I would do. Because obviously, you know, you still have her number because she probably either blocked you or whatever. But you know where she'd be at.
I wouldn't.
Go into your bank account statement on your phone and pull out everything that you spent money on and send her a bill. Why are you looking at me like that?
First off, no, because clearly if you asked this person, you wanted to treat this person, it was your treat. And if you did all of that and then now you're going to turn around and try to give somebody an invoice. It was an investment. It wasn't an investment.
And she gave the deposit back.
It wasn't an investment.
But she...
No. It wasn't an investment. It was not an investment. It can't be an investment on that type of level.
So what I want you to do, right? A couple episodes ago, probably about episode 12-ish, we had a similar discussion. See what she said. And if it's a flip around from what she said the last time.
Because I've grown.
When we discussed.
We're in episode 30. I've grown.
Because I've grown.
I've grown up. Thank you, Maine. Okay?
I'm just saying.
You have been
it's an investment.
helping me to mature. Okay?
It's an investment.
Okay. Right. Yeah, it is margarita talk because clearly. But it's okay. But I thank you for the shits because that was the shits right there. All right?
That was hilarious.
Go back to episode 12.
It's one of those.
Revisit it, but I've grown. Thank you kindly. Okay? What do y'all got to say? Anybody have thoughts on this?
I put in my question.
You put in your question?
We're going to look in the chat for that question.
Mirror it
I
up.
put in a statement.
Mirror it up in the statement. All right, let's see what we got.
How was the sex? That's a good question.
We want to know, Mr. One Valentine's Day, how was it? Did you have sex? Did she give you that? Because I'm still trying to figure out if she gave it to you, what took place. Okay?
Why you mad?
Because if you got the cheeks, then
right,
you know
that was your investment
and it was
so
backed up.
If you got head.
Right.
They backed that up. They backed it up.
She gave it to you. Shut up.
They said, "Hello, get your shit on, grub
Ms.
on,
Lady Lee
wild
says,
on."
if it only costs $100 to get rid of a loser, it didn't cost 2 months of my time. I'm cool with it. Seeing the bigger picture.
Bigger picture, definitely.
Right, that's her L, not his.
It is definitely her L, the big one.
That's
You did it. And you managed to just go head on with it. So we here for all of that.
Yeah, don't take it personal. It happens to the best of us.
We are here for all of that.
I won't say karma, but she will get something in return.
She will get something like whoop, and then some. All right. So we here for that part, and I love all of that. Okay. You ready for your next one?
We're going to move on to the next question, which
Yeah.
says, I found out my man actually had a side chick. Now part of me is mad, but the other part of me thinks this could work in my favor. Interesting. All I can think is when I don't want to do certain things, I can send him to her. But then again, I could be setting myself up at the same time. How do you think I should handle this, Miss Maine chick? Not my chick, but the main chick.
Miss Maine chick.
That's interesting. Because there are a lot of women.
Setting yourself up for
I'm
failure.
like,
Well, hold on. Listen.
Wait a minute.
I know a
Go
number
ahead,
of
May.
women.
Go ahead, May. Why is she staying?
I know a number of women
You see,
that
right?
are quite okay with their man having a side chick.
Why? I know.
Because they like to share.
Not necessarily just share. They don't like.
to share.
Takes off the stress.
But see, I feel like those women are not genuinely happy.
Hello.
Because if
Period.
you're genuinely happy and
You're
your
not
man is
sharing.
fulfilling
I'm not
you, you don't
sharing.
want to share that shit.
Since
Not
Sibby is chiming in, I'm gonna have to counteract that. You cannot tell somebody if they're happy or not if they're still willing to sit in the situation.
that don't mean that she's happy. She could be comfortable and feel
Right.
safe, but
Very
not
much
be
so.
happy.
Maybe she's quite content.
Codependency, fear of being alone.
Well, with
With a
that.
van shortage. Or she could be happy.
She could be. And
She
all
could
she's
have
just saying
decided
that.
herself, and she's like, it is what it is. We just don't talk.
So
about
I know a
And
woman.
it's not a relationship then.
Yeah. Hold on
I
one
know
second.
a
Go.
woman who does not have a high sex drive. It's almost practically non-existent. She gave her husband the ultimate hall pass. He doesn't always take advantage of it, if any, but she is quite content with him doing whatever he wants to do because she does not have the sexual desire that matches his. Now, they're happy. She loves him. They sleep in the same bed. He takes care of her. She
That's
takes care of
beautiful.
him.
It won't get
Right. That's a whole
That's
fact.
all right. You know.
Okay. She takes
But
care of
I feel
him.
like that's a compromise. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? And you could be happy, like for the superficial happy, but then there's like joy. Like, do you actually have joy in that relationship? Do you feel fulfilled? And a lot of times they don't, but they don't want to ask themselves those questions because you've already
Exactly.
built a life with this person. So let's just adjust and stay together and whatever.
And I've been there.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yep.
And
I was married for 17
What,
years.
Vicky?
I
You
know.
been there?
She's
What?
right.
She's been there.
Huh?
Okay.
I know, I've been there.
Speak it.
I've been in that situation.
Come on.
High sex drive partner, me, and another partner that wasn't. And
Right.
we did the whole hall pass thing, but it's like what CB said.
Right.
It's that joy and that peace part. There's nothing else to it.
Right.
You know, and then trying to manage that, it's not good. You know, my thing with that is I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm sharing someone, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm sharing me with someone
Okay.
outside of where I want to be.
All right.
But
So
I did that before, and it doesn't work. It doesn't last long. They
It
just say
doesn't.
they're happy. They're not. It's not happy. It's content.
Right.
right. Read some of them questions. Dion
Shout out
said
to
something.
Dion.
What
Is
up,
she
Dion?
interested in being in a poly relationship? That would be a good question. I'm not even sure.
Right, because that's
But
what
I
it's
don't think
selling.
it's about poly. I just think it's about convenience.
Convenience, giving a pass, doing that part right there.
Right.
Then we got it shorter says that's a setup for failure. Facts. And Tiff said I wouldn't even bother staying unless she was in a poly relationship.
Shout out to
Exactly.
Tiff.
Right.
What up? What
fam?
up? What up?
Right.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for checking in. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't, and I totally get that. It's like, what's the fucking point? Like, if you when you with somebody and that person is totally, y'all satisfying each other on every single level, because we already know love is never enough, okay? So to get to a point where you finding out that, hey, he got somebody else, there is probably more than an opportunity, because she says my man. She doesn't say my husband. Did you see husband here? I didn't read husband, okay?
Right.
She says my man. So then that means, lady, then you get a pass.
Right,
and you get to go have you a side nigga, because if you ain't got no ring on
Maybe
your
that's
finger,
what she said.
if you ain't got no ring on your finger, you should play this out so that you can let that motherfucker know you are not an option, okay? You are a choice.
Whoever
and if you
tuned
choosing to go over there, then stay there. Choose her, okay?
Whoever is tuned in, put in the comments
Choose
whether
her.
or not you're single in a relationship.
Right.
It's complicated and blah blah blah.
Right. Choose
I want to know
her.
who's in any
And
kind
some
of.
people get together just to have like an arrangement.
Yeah,
people
like-
get married off of arrangement and off
That's a
of
fact.
like the convenience or a business proposal. And what I'm saying is that if it's a situation where you want to be in love and love is the primary thing, then no, you can't sit there and lie to yourself and say that you're happy.
My name is Raina, not Sharon. I'm not sharing nothing. I'm sorry.
Yes, sis.
We here.
Yes,
I'm
like, I'm not sharing.
I'm
That's
not
what I'm
sharing.
talking about. I'm not here for that.
Fuck that shit.
We are not sharing, okay?
Not
Like,
a conversation, not a bus ride,
That's right.
nothing. You ain't talking to
Be
the
like,
bitch,
you
you
doing
not
what?
driving her nowhere, none of
I'm
that
sorry. I'm like, I'm territorial, so that'll never work out properly.
Same.
I'm like, excuse me? No.
shit.
So,
I'm dismissive. Okay,
Listen.
you can go.
Hello.
You can go.
Lock and loaded. Click, click. We ready. Take them shots. We're not doing that. Get the hell out of here. Okay? We are here for all of that. Yes, yes.
we are
yes.
not experts, by the way.
Nope.
We're just two people that's been through some.
Shit.
All right. He said-
We have definitely.
It's just for entertainment purposes.
Only.
Although our advice can be very intelligent and sound very good,
At times.
it makes a lot of sense.
Right. Talking about some drink.
It's just a podcast, you know.
It really is.
If
And-
we have influence on you, that's your choice.
Yep. And again,
And it
for
might be the right choice in most cases, but who knows?
so true. And for the people who know me on a professional side, like I said, if you tuned into this and you have a problem with the things that are coming out of my mouth when I say it, maybe you shouldn't be listening to this particular podcast.
Right.
You need to take your sensitive ass and go sit down somewhere and,
Right.
you know, probably get somebody to give you some head, okay? All right?
wow.
Because this is called Dear Love and Lust,
Right.
okay?
We're not
So,
saying Bible verses
we're not,
in this bitch.
this is not for the weak at heart, okay? And your sensitive asses, all right?
So what
So
did
if
you
somebody
do,
else got Valentine's Day, I didn't do nothing but have my wonderful bullet, and it was my rose.
Hey.
Roses
I
and
did.
bullets.
I did use
Guns
my rose before I
and
went to
flowers.
finish the rest of my night with my job. Okay, and I entertained myself. Thank you very much. So,
For
which was the
those
safe
who are
way.
interested in roses, Bklyn Shay, of course, is selling.
Yes, I am. Thank you, Maine, for that. I appreciate that. But I
She
cannot
plugs
lie.
everybody else but herself. No. Don't look at me.
You know, Maine. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's just like, what is that? Honeymoons.
I guess.
You remember that show?
No.
You didn't?
Oh,
Okay, I'm
Honeymoons?
sure the
Yeah.
fuck you do. Okay, that wonderful
Oh,
part that he
Honeymoons.
used to say. Yes.
To the moon, Alice.
Yes, you would be Alice. Okay,
No.
so this is fuck. This is what we have with that. Go for that shit. Really. Anyway,
Do we want to go into
I
some
think
topics?
that we answered Miss
Or do we
Main
want
Chick.
to get some questions from the audience?
We could get some questions. I mean, anybody got questions? Period.
Anybody that's tuned in got questions, please put them in the
Right.
comments.
Just random questions. Don't have to be what we talking about. Okay, if you got a question, go for
For
it.
all those ladies in the audience right now.
I have a question. How about
Oh,
that?
Lord,
Since
here we go.
Oh Lord, it's a red cup conversation.
Uh-oh.
Point blank. Period. Okay, there we go. So, I had somebody, sis, what's up? Yes, I can't wait to see
I'm
you.
afraid.
Don't be afraid. I have somebody who had reached out to me and was like, "Oh, you should have been my Valentine's."
Look at my
So
legs.
after Valentine's Day, really? After Valentine's Day, you
I
want
think
something
no,
to
it was on Valentine's Day. It was on Valentine's Day, but it was like way after the fact. I'm about to go to work, okay, at some point. And I'm like, oh, I'm interested in knowing how that would look, given the fact that you don't live here. Right? So, you know, the person commented or whatever, a good person to me. So let me just say that, because if you're watching, I appreciated the thought process of it. But it wasn't a follow through, because I feel like maybe I intimidated the person and the person just was scared, so they didn't say anything or whatever like that. So I received it and I understand where they was coming from. So, you know, I was cordial with the thought process. But it's like, all you had to do is ask.
Right. I'm like, boo.
Like, if, you know, but we as assertive women, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're assertive woman, you would be like, you know, you go for what you want. But so everybody's not like that. And I had to have somebody say that to me, like, everybody is not like me that communicates the way that I communicate. Like, if I want to have sex with somebody, I clearly say,
If you couldn't afford the date, just say so.
you know what?
Why you waiting? You should have been my Valentine's Day.
But see, like that to me is like Like, that's the way men think. Like, I don't have money, so I can't do nothing for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so much more than that. Like the post I put this morning. I said, oh, baby, what you want for breakfast? I could go for some cereal. You know, cereal, milk. Ta-da. No. This man puts a halo of cookies in the milk all the way around the bowl. It's just the
Get her
things.
some milk.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he could have done a bunch of shit that don't cost anything.
Yes.
And made her feel special.
Now, let me tell you why men think that way. Because women have made them.
I agree. And a lot of women are like that. A lot of women are like that.
A lot of women are like that, unfortunately, but we're not. So it's just like,
exactly.
I'm not materialistic or anything like that. But Dion, we're gonna get to your thingamajig. But do you think my response was what I said? What I think? What you should have just asked. Okay, that wasn't a bad response. It was just like
the person doesn't live in this area.
No, they don't live in this area or whatever. So it's like you asking me.
Could they afford to have flown you out?
Yes, but it's really a drive. Like I could have drove, or they could have whatever. Okay, so either way, or come here, whatever. Okay. Either way.
And their excuse for why they did it was
because most people assume that I'm with someone. So he didn't ask because he assumed I was with someone, and
so he was scared to be rejected before he even shot his shot.
Exactly.
That's
right. Yeah. So
wise men said, one may never know the answer until they ask.
Until they ask. No, but I was very, as I am. I'm single, and I was single for Valentine's, and I didn't have a Valentine, and I went to work. I worked a lot. I had a Valentine's at the shelter, basically. So it was beautiful. The kids with the Valentine's, and they did they did such a beautiful job. It was so beautiful, such a nice show and everything like that. So it was beautiful, but. That was my situation. But anyway, getting back to the questions on here. Why, for Dion, he said, why do women make some men wait longer for sex than others?
You go first.
I'm like...
right. I was about to put
like
Dion.
The church finger. What?
Right, the church finger. Because some people make you wetter than others. Clearly as that. It's a couple of different variants here. You know, sometimes it would believe to be that, that other person turned that person on a little bit more and they did a little bit more than that other person. And maybe that person had always wanted to do that with that person, so they did it. It's a whole bunch of different variations here, but clearly somebody liked the other person a little bit more. And that would be the only reason why you waited, the other person no. Because normally when we see you, we automatically know if we want to jump your bones or not. Point blank period. We don't take long for us to think that. You know what I'm saying?
So, let me give you, Dion, a little more broader perspective.
See how you try to minimize my shit? I ain't like that.
What's
that? A broader perspective. That wasn't broad enough?
You were specific. I'm being broad. For the broad.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
If I could breastfeed you right now, I'll shut you up, okay? Because that was really ridiculous. But I got it. Whatever.
You ain't got enough.
Whatever. Whatever. He needed a breast. That's a breastfeeder moment right there. Okay? Breastfeeder moment. Go ahead on.
So,
you need to be breastfed.
You're trying to figure out why a woman makes you wait. There is no answer to that question.
He said take the...
There is no specific answer to say this is why. It varies between women. It's different.
I agree with that.
You have some women that are horny as hell, but because they grew up in very church sanctified religious homes, they believe that if they have intercourse, they go to hell before marriage. Some even believe if they have intercourse during marriage, they might go to hell. Because you're only going to have one type of position, missionary, any extra shit, you're going to hell. It's not, but this is not how they were raised. They were raised in a specific manner.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
Look at the Amish. They have to cut a hole in the blanket.
Right.
Wow.
There's also the point, like from my point of view, I was doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? And when I met King, we decided to wait. So it wasn't so much that I wasn't interested. It was that I wanted something bigger with him. And I had been doing things. I had been doing things.
Coming back to that, Bev.
Right. I had been doing things one way for a long time. And I was like, well, if I really like this guy, maybe I should do things differently and see how that goes. So a lot of times it's not that she's not interested. It's that maybe she actually likes you.
Right.
And doesn't want to just clap cheeks with you yet.
I was getting to that point. That's another reason.
Thank you.
That was the mature response. Yes, I love all of that.
Another
That's it.
possible reason is they might be on a period.
True.
Facts.
They might have an STD that they don't want to share
That's
and
right.
disclose with you. A lot of people don't know that. There's certain viral diseases that are prevalent in this, human society.
Yeah, that's right.
And some feel that they have to disclose in order for them to disclose.
Okay.
And they don't want to do that. Other reasons. Maybe they just not feeling you. Might not be attractive enough for them. You not enough money.
So many different tiers here.
See why I was broad and I wasn't specific. I
It is
wasn't
specific
minimizing
to
your
each one.
commentary.
It sounded like that. Okay.
No, you decided it sounded like that. That was
but
not
that was my point of view, right? That was my perspective, and that's how I
and I
received
didn't
it.
negate it.
Okay, you didn't, but you trying to go there now with me. I
'Cause
see
you be
that.
shooting
No,
darts
no,
unnecessarily,
you be
right?
like bow wow bow wow wow at me all the time. So let me just tell you, all right? So whatever you want to say, but
When I shoot, my shots are very specific and they aim for the bullseye.
and you are on point when you do that. Okay.
She be hitting the top corner of the whole shot. Like, where did that come?
See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
See what I'm saying? Absolutely not. Did you see that I put up how much I can absolutely aim appropriately?
You got some more comments?
I did. Well, Bev, I'm gonna go back to her. Bev said, hey Bev, want to check in. She said, so Valentine's Day is over. Is he still interested? Has he tried to take you out since then? He has spoken to me. He has not tried to take me out since then. Mainly because I did say I would call him back, and I have not. So he could have took it as a rejection because I didn't follow through on my end. It wasn't a rejection. I would have called back. I fell asleep. So, and that's just me keeping it a buck or whatever.
I like Dion's other question. Dion on it tonight. Dion,
What you said?
in my business, he sells sex toys
Sure
like somebody
do.
else I know that's wearing red.
Great
tonight.
job, Dion.
I meet women that tell me things about themselves sexually that they haven't spoken to their own man about. Why is that? My first initial thought, you're a judgment-free zone. They know that you're going to just tell it like it is. And they're not going to feel any type of way about it. Because one, you already know something personal about them. They're buying sex toys from you.
Right.
Not a lot of people like to let people know what they do, unlike some other people in red.
Wait a minute. You is really going there. Okay.
I'm saying, not every woman wants people to know that they have their roles, but you are proudly.
I'm a proud rose user, and this
So
is
why is that a dart that I'm shooting? When
It's
I'm
not
telling
a
the
dart,
truth?
but I'm comfortable with my sexuality, and I'm
some
in my
others not.
sensuality. And yes, you definitely can, Vicky. In
Go ahead,
2.5
Vicky.
seconds. 2.5 seconds. When you're comfortable in the skin that you're in, like being single, being very single, whatever you want to call it, somebody trying to shoot their shot, somebody trying to do whatever, I have personally decided to keep my twat to myself, okay? So as of right now, nobody, you ain't sniffing it, you ain't touching it, you ain't doing shit to it, okay? And if somebody would like to take me out on a date, then they need to man the fuck up and do that. So if this person decided that they wasn't capable of doing that because they live wherever they at, I didn't call back, I didn't do whatever, then clearly that's not the person for me because he could pick up the phone and call me if he really wanted a date. Okay?
Right.
There we go. Okay? So there we go. And that's just it. So, pretty much. Now, Vicky, go ahead and get back to Dion and his stuff, if that's what you're chiming in at, because I'm not sure.
And then I hear what you're saying is like he's a judgment-free zone, but it's also, too, the fear of having to share that with someone early in a relationship. Not every man is open to using sex toys. Not every man can be.
I like to watch.
No, but I'm just saying,
sorry.
it's a matter of watching. But most men, but let's be honest, most motherfuckers are, excuse me, but most men, they intimidated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
That is true,
comfortability of watching a woman use a toy and they intimidated, they think they can't handle it, or you might change up and want to use it on them.
Right.
You know, it's all that matter.
Right.
Or they're insecure and they feel like they're not satisfying
But
you, so you
exactly.
gotta go to a toy. And that's
You gotta
not
go
the case.
to a toy. So sometimes this is how I'm gonna say it's that threesome conversation.
Right.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Yep.
A toy, adding a toy to
It's
the
a
bedroom
third
is a third party.
Yeah.
Right.
I
And
agree.
some people ain't comfortable with it. It is.
Toy ain't got no soul, no blood, no
But it
no
still
body.
makes that shit happen.
It's still taking the presence of adding a sexual element. So
Exactly.
it might as well be a
Who
person.
told you
Well,
that bullshit?
Because it depends on the type of people you date. I've dated guys that felt like that. I've dated guys that felt like you fucked that thing more than you fucked me.
Thank
And
you.
got jealous. And I'm like, are you serious, bro?
Exactly.
Like,
and
you
me,
play with your shit every day. I don't say nothing about
Exactly.
that. Why I can't play
Right.
with my shit every day?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
and
Right.
it's the same thing over
One
here.
way.
Listen, like, what are you doing? I'm gonna take me a hot bath. I'm gonna
Right.
pull out my rose and like, why you got your rose out? Well, why can't you just know?
Why don't
Because
you just ask me?
I'm tired. I want to go take my hot bath, play with my rose, and there's a whole conversation about the rose. And it's just, the intimidation part. They can't handle it. So, yeah, it's like having a threesome in the
Yeah.
bedroom. Dion is safe. They don't
Right.
think Dion
Right.
is going to jump their bones.
Right.
And he's selling the product that they like at the moment.
Exactly.
It's a third party kind of thing, you know.
Right.
Come on back on.
So Dion,
And maybe she wants some dick from Dion. Y'all even thought about that shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
was
knows a
gonna
lot
say
about
that.
them toys.
Exactly. Maybe she's like, well, let me just throw this in there and see if he understands.
although that may be
Like,
possible, Dion don't make that mistake
Please don't
because
That's a whole other mess.
as a male
do that. He
who
said
has
Dion is safe.
conversation,
Right.
I have a conversation
Dion
with
is safe, he
a
said.
number of different women often, and they often tell me about their relationship
Sis, can you give me
issues.
some ice?
I feel like I get treated like I'm the gay bestie sometimes because
We're
I'm-
sorry.
yeah, and
We love you. Sorry.
He's like, yeah. All right.
but it is interesting because I get to learn a lot of different things from a lot of different women
Thank you,
who
sis.
deal with different shit. But one thing that I find in common with all those women is if I was to ever chastise or say, maybe you should leave that dude or deal with somebody else or deal with somebody like me, the whole wrath of God will come down upon me in response to that statement.
Right.
So I had to learn and understand that some women complain because they just want to get it out their system because they really don't give that much of a care. But it's on their mind, so they just want to let it go. So by the time they get home, they can have sex with their man in peace. And not me. So once I learned and understood that,
And not me.
a lot of my problems went away. So
Man, you are the best.
sometimes I just,
I don't know what to do with that right there.
I'm just saying.
To be like, that's fine.
He said, Dion said, Dion,
Nah,
I'm supposed
cause
to
see,
say
you
yes,
don't understand.
Yeah.
Dion,
Nope, not that many people know where I live. So if a woman is telling me they're coming over,
right.
they need to talk. Fine, okay. We can talk. And they're there for hours, till it gets dark. But they're not leaving.
He said, like, I'm supposed to say yes, bitch.
What am I supposed to do with that? Because
That's
now
that's
you're
rough, though.
interrupting my opportunity to deal with somebody else that's down to do some,
Right.
more
'Cause you
intimate
need a
things.
Yeah, but
But I gotta listen to you talk.
Wow,
He's
man.
like, you don't understand the circle, bitch.
right. I'm trying to get some ass, but you want to talk.
You wanna talk.
You just want to
I got a
get this
question.
off your chest.
That is fucking hilarious.
I put it in the feed.
I can't.
So-
Wait, Wait, Angie said she
No,
got one?
I don't mind being a good heir and giving you the male perspective, especially if it's somebody cool and cordial, and you've been very helpful throughout my life in some form or fashion. I don't mind returning the help in some ways, but
As long as it ain't all night.
right.
Child.
Let's
I
wrap
gotta
this
ask
up.
you.
You got ass to get, you say?
That's what he's saying.
You know.
I want to get my shit.
Shoot,
too.
if I can't get any, then you interrupted my Pornhub time.
Right,
Like, come
exactly.
on, like, can you want to watch this with me? What we
It's an
doing?
important appointment.
It is what it is.
I'm just talking mess, but at the same time,
I'm
like,
loving
it's.
We don't get to see this side of you too often, so this is great.
He's like, I'm sick of being your bitch's friend.
Y'all just want to fuck up my shit.
I'm tired of talking.
I mean, it's
Show me
after
a
Valentine's
titty
Day.
or
I ain't had no
something.
Valentine.
Show me some cheeks or something. Shit.
He like,
Twerk a
listen.
little bit. You know what I mean?
Angie got a question, Miss Lady Lee.
Get to it. Where's it at?
For women, would you feel the same comfort if your man plays with the blow-up doll the same amount of time you would play with your Rose or other devices? Listen here.
That's interesting.
Bingo!
That's
Because
interesting, right?
I'm...
Because but that a blow up doll actually looks like a person.
Listen.
So for me, I would be like, this is a little weird, babe. I'm open, but it's a little weird. Like I don't feel like it's the same thing, even though it's the same premise. You know, I don't know. Because if I had a blow up guy sex doll and I was bouncing on his shit all the time, he would feel uncomfortable. Versus if he saw me just playing with a Rose, he'd be like, oh, she's doing her thing. But if he saw me all the time, like, engaging with that motherfucker, he would feel some type of way.
That's a
So,
little weird.
I'm 43 years old, right?
Da-da-da-da.
The only time I've ever been interested in a sex toy was during the end of my marriage when I was in the process of getting divorced, and I didn't want to deal with anybody until them papers were signed because I didn't want nothing coming back on me. And a friend of mine put me on to Fleshlight.
Yeah.
Very
that shit is
realistic
dope.
feeling, but it's literally a big ass flashlight with a pussy
Right,
in it.
with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? Cool.
Pocket pussy.
Right.
Then I learned on it actually was freaking one of them like news, ABC News or something, and they were interviewing a guy who actually creates the silicone
Dolls.
real life sex doll. And it intrigued me because they showed an older man
Aww.
who was literally in a relationship with his sex doll. Like he
In a relationship.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
How can you have a relationship with a dog?
They committed to that.
Listen.
So she don't talk back.
Right.
Yep.
Point blank, period.
They like her. She's
he,
quiet.
but here's the
She's
thing.
quiet.
The owner of that company
Weirdo
has been developing
Spectacle.
AI
Go,
and
so go.
talking dolls.
Right.
He was first in line to be able to get one.
Right.
So they brought him to
It's
the
like a person.
the factory to test it out, and he was amazed. He's like, "Wow, I literally just had a conversation. She told me about my day. She even saw my eyes. Like, how did she know the color of my eyes? All this crazy stuff."
Right.
And he was excited. He's like, "Wow, I can't wait to order. Where do I sign the check?"
Yeah, because
That thing is $10,000 to start.
It makes you think and be like, well, maybe I do need a robot boyfriend.
But outside of that, nah, blow up dolls, I don't see.
I said
I
that's
don't-
the only way I'm having a threesome. So there we go. And that would be with my husband whenever that happens. Okay. So if you want to introduce a blow up doll, I can introduce a blow up doll. Whatever. That's the only way that we gonna have a threesome. So
Here's the thing. At the end of the day,
shits.
you need to know who you're dealing with, and
Right.
the person needs to know who they're
Right.
dealing with you.
Right.
And what you like, don't like, and so forth. What you tolerate, don't tolerate, and so forth.
Right.
I don't have an issue with a woman that I'm with using sex toys. I just want to watch.
Good job. Good job.
Because sometimes, I have grown to understand,
Thank
sometimes
you.
a woman wants the nut, but they don't want the hot, sweaty body on
Right.
top of them.
And you don't want to
Same
do all
time.
the extra exercise. You tired. You just
Um,
want to buzz and go to sleep.
We got
You
a
know,
couple of things. Communication.
And a
is
gentleman
key.
like myself, we tend to take a little longer than the 2-minute, 3-minute, 4 or 5-minute session that you might have with the Rose.
Tiff said,
whatever.
nah, we could get that.
You
third.
get the spot, oh, you feel good, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I know one thing. I've always come in handy when them cramps kicked in, though.
Cramps? You say?
What?
Oh.
It soothes. It relaxes.
You run red lights.
No.
What?
I don't know what kind of
Tell us more.
cramps
There
are
are
like.
not every woman cramps during when they're bleeding. They usually cramp before.
Right. But
Okay.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not bloody.
It's the same
What?
thing.
No.
Right.
It's
So
like-
It's
for us,
soothing.
the same.
So
We
you,
feel the same.
okay, go ahead. Oh,
Cause I'm cramping.
You want some more?
No.
I'm cramping.
Okay.
My stomach.
No?
But it does,
So,
it does sometimes make it better.
One of the,
This
actually,
time is like
two of the women that I
sedative.
have been in relationships, literally, they used to call me Dr. Brown.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, my.
That's what I have to say.
I'm cramping, come help me. And instead of taking Midol and so forth, they took Dick Doll and it worked.
I'm done.
It soothed their pain. Vicky got her head down.
You said big dog.
You've heard of this? I've never heard of this.
I
No.
learned, yes. I
It soothes your pain.
Dion said, bro, you trying to tell women about women. He's like, stop with this stop sign. Like, don't do it.
Stop it. Anyway, but that's very different on so many levels. Let's go back into these comments. Tiff. Where
Not a
Tiffany
sex
at? Tiff
she's my
said,
partner.
nah,
My partner.
no blow up dolls allowed. We getting into that third instead. We are here for that. And here we go. Yeah,
What
I
else we
said,
got?
all right, we got
The
that.
rooms only takes 45 seconds.
Okay,
Listen.
Word.
Yeah, it's quick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and we here for that. And it's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it don't talk. Right.
Right.
At that moment.
and it's good to use with your partner.
It is great to use with your partner.
It is. That's a
It's like
threesome for me.
it's a threesome right there. Okay, you like incorporate that shit into
Like me,
your bedroom.
Papi, and our girlfriend
The,
goes.
thing, the reason I don't have a problem with sex though is because when you are penetrating, the toy is doing the other part.
Right,
And
right.
when that clitoral orgasm comes, that clenching,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yep.
ooh, it's a whole different feeling.
Let's speak it. Let them be known.
Because it's tight and loose and wet at the same time.
Come
Like,
on
it's
now.
crazy.
Come on now. All right. So we
I'm
have
talking too
anybody
much.
in
Let
on
me
the
shut
check-in? Say that toy is your friend. Your friend. Your toy is your partner. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Dion. Yes, it is. This is so good. So good, and we love it. Okay. Are we good on that?
Yeah, we
Anybody
good
got
on that.
any other questions that they want to throw out there, ask,
Before we
behave
go into
with
some
before we go
topics.
into our topics? Dion dropping them numbers.
Who the other 2%?
98, right.
I'm like, who's all the 2%?
I don't know what other 2%, but yes, you're absolutely right. Get with that. The clitoris is it, okay? I don't know. People be trying to do the most with everything else, and it's like, go there, sir, so we can just go night night. Put me to sleep. She's going. She's gone. Goodbye. That is it. Facts on facts. Okay. So we getting into the topics.
Yeah.
Or you want to talk? You want to talk with Ye stuff first?
Well, you can go on to Kanye.
Go on to Kanye first, because then we could get with some good shit. Because
What are
Kanye,
your thoughts on Kanye? Well, I'll start with you.
I
'Cause
believe-
mine are going to be completely different.
What's the story behind
the
Kanye?
story behind Kanye is just him and Kim, the divorce, and him doing certain things at this particular point in time that they bringing out all the stuff of
COVID.
how his beautiful mental health has impacted their relationship, hence the reason they getting a divorce, and how he has basically been emotionally, mentally abusive to her and has, manipulated a whole bunch of different things and blah, 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 blah. And people are saying that if Kim wasn't who she is and if she wasn't in the spotlight, people would be more so on her side than they are on Kanye's side and stuff like that. So for my thought process is the fact that ever since his mother passed, even before his mom, but more so when she passed, he has not been the same person. And
Yes.
throughout history, as we have seen, people pacifying behaviors for depression and mental health and not really checking in with people appropriately, then, like, example, DMX with his drug addiction and everything like that, people knew he had this drug addiction. They knew what was going on. They was in his camp. They understood it. They tried to assist in some manners the good people who really wanted him to be here. And his demons still overtook him, right? And so he succumbed to those demons, right? when you talking about Kanye and his mental health, now are people going to finally step up if he ends up physically doing something to her or someone in the family or whatever like that? We don't know, but we know that there's always a cry for attention, and this particular attention, okay, someone who really loves him needs to say, okay, bro, check them.
Right.
But just like we was having a conversation in here today, most men who are really, you know, that's my bro, that's my bruh, that's my this, that's my that, when they know that man is fucking up, instead of necessarily checking them, they do make excuses for them. Mm-hmm. And they do say, like, oh, you know, well, you know, he going, oh, well, you know. Yes, that's a whole fact. But if you are showing up and you are a man,
You claim to have his back.
right, you have his back, right, then you really should have that real man and heart-to-heart conversation with somebody to tell them, yo, bro, this don't look good. Like, this is not the way that you are going to get the most reaction, where you're going to have an opportunity to finally be around your children. You know what I'm saying? In a manner where she doesn't feel like she got to have somebody else there with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that, you know, as a social worker, I see, you know, but clearly he needs to just have intervention and definitely get to a point where he just, like, outside of, as they say, good press, bad press. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he knows all the things he needs to do to get his album sales and all this type of stuff like that. Outside of that, there's real shit behind that man. You understand what I'm saying? There's real stuff. You know?
I think they're
So,
both sick.
What happens here? He did get diagnosed with bipolar disorder,
Which we are aware of.
But now I'm gonna watch the documentary this weekend too.
You are?
While
Okay.
I'm on break. But one thing about Kanye, and you brought up his friends completely know you cannot
That's a
tell
fact.
Kanye what the hell to do.
That's a
Because
fact.
Kanye is going to do what Kanye does. And the reason why I believe he is like this is because for so many years of his life, he was told, no, he could not do this. He could not do this. This is the way you're supposed to do it. His whole musical career is based on saying, fuck you, I'm going to do what I'm going to do my way.
That's a fact.
I don't know the dynamics of all his relationship with Kim and whatever. We only know what we are read in these
what they
blogs
present,
and so
yeah.
forth and what they present. However, if you know anything about human relationships, there's always genuine feelings and genuine interactions that lead people to be with people.
Right.
There's always mutual connections, whether a person is a normal person, mentally bothered, or, you know, what do you call it?
Narcissist.
Narcissist, whatever.
March 5th, by the way.
There are people that connect to each other based on vibrations that they have.
On
Kim-
Thursdays normally.
Kim and Ye's connection was they love the spotlight. They love fame, Hollywood, and they love using that to do what they want to do with their lives. I don't know if it's true. Allegedly, part of the reason that they're getting divorced because Kanye cheated. That's what I saw. I don't know if it's factual. It's just something that was in a blog. Who knows if it's true? So, if that was the case, his behavior would be explained even more for me, because when dudes mess up and they know they mess up and then they lose what they really wanted, this is the type of behavior and reactions that they usually have, because it's like you're losing the best thing that you actually had for something that you didn't even care about.
Right.
And you were fine until you got caught. So now that you got caught, or whatever it was, whether it's cheating or whatever, and you got to fix it.
Right.
You can't fix something you didn't know how. You didn't even know how to break it properly. So you don't even know how to put it back together.
Right.
So now you're just trying to do any and everything to try to make it work. But then you're also defensive because it was like, it mean nothing. You mean something. So you can leave me over something that was meaningless?
Right.
Like, there's so much ways to unpack this. However, you do also have to understand, yes, there's another person involved who feels or is expressing that she feels threatened and scared and all this other stuff.
Right.
Or, and the thing that was weird for me, I don't think she feels scared for herself. I think she feels scared for Pete. I mean,
honestly, I think she's scared for herself a little bit too, because she knows him intimately and she knows what he's capable of.
Right.
That he will or won't do something, that's left to be seen. But I think that she knows that if he gets pushed far enough, he could do some crazy shit. And that's why she texts him the way she does. That she's very passive and very calm and trying to, what you're doing is causing, you know, people to be this and that. Like trying to talk to him like a social worker, basically. You know what I'm saying? She's doing lawyer shit with him because she's like, if I keep him calm, he won't do anything crazy. He's still the father of her kids.
Exactly.
Is the thing. So she's not, she does, and she loves him. She
Yeah,
does. She's always gonna love
does.
him. You know what I'm saying? And she's a narcissist too. They're both narcissists. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what you were saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the kind of thing where we can't get involved and we can't say shit because we really don't know.
We
what
really do not
happened.
know.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Vin.
And I want to say that whole relationship was a narcissistic setup with her in. She's seen an
From day one.
opportunity for her to grow in the public eye.
Right.
Right.
I hear you with that whole friendship thing.
Right.
I believe he had the friends. I believe she isolated him from that
There
relationship,
you go.
i.e. Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Hello. Hello.
So she knew that relationship had to go in order to get what she wanted. And what she banked on, she didn't know that it was going to go this far.
Right.
My thing, and this is just me coming from the mental health part of it, people utilizes, I don't think they, with the isolation part being that he was Kanye, she didn't bank on his mental health going as far as she did.
I was gonna say that.
She didn't bank on it going that bad.
I think
And then
she's
when
so in love with the public eye. The both of them are so in love with the public eye, but she did not realize.
I think he's using the public eye now to get off what he needs to get off right now. I don't believe the cheating part.
Right.
I don't believe it's the cheating. I believe that's a story she needed to make herself look like the victim. You gotta understand,
And be
you
able
are
to walk
looking
away.
at a generation of women who openly
Jeez.
stole a whole fucking culture and made money off of it. So my thing is, if you're that manipulative and that smart enough to do what you did and still get over and make the money that you made off of it, why wouldn't you do that with a black man?
Right.
And the fear behind her children is this shit's hereditary.
Yeah.
So I have to nip this in the bud for my children's sake because I got children that's going to grow up and this may happen to them.
Yeah.
So Kanye looked like a good business deal in the beginning. Her narcissistic ass.
Right.
Right.
And she didn't factor in that her kids would probably.
Thank you. So everyone's looking at this from a relationship point of view.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this as a black man's mental health
Right.
that was taken advantage of for her to keep growing. There's so many factors in this. Okay, so he got an album coming out, but she also, her show's being canceled.
Right.
Sisters' companies are going down the tube. They need to keep their money somewhere.
Yes.
One thing that I do find interesting about Kanye,
Right.
especially these days, Kanye before did not appreciate social media. He didn't use it. He avoided it.
Right.
He disdained it.
Yes.
But he is a person that learns and pay attention to.
He's watching to what's been introduced to him.
So, in my opinion, you know, although he may want Kim back, not to the degree that he's expressing, because we have not heard about Kanye.
He doesn't want to be his father.
We have not heard about Kanye since even before the MAGA hat. Every day Kanye is in the news.
Right.
Part of the reason he's a six-figure billionaire or six billionaire, whatever the hell he is because he has kept himself in the public eye scene. Every time you say Ye or anything that has to do with Ye, plus the Yeezys, plus his albums, plus his shows, plus his connection to politics, he's there.
Right.
And he will never be out of the news rotation.
Right.
Unless he decides he wants to be.
Right.
And that's one thing that I feel differently about the whole situation with this, because it's like, he doesn't have to do this publicly. He knows he doesn't have to. But he does it because it keeps the publicity going. It keeps the energy going. It keeps his name and
keeps him
himself
current.
relevant, whether he's doing something or not. And
And I think Kim has realized she can't control it anymore. She has no control over it.
was he
I
ever
also
on the
think-
show?
I think she's also, I think she's also a mentally handicapped person as well, because what she agreed to, I think she's handicapped. I use handicapped because I think she's, not that I'm sorry for her, but I'm saying what she agreed to and what she wanted for the public eye, it exploded on her ass in a direction she wasn't ready for. The person she considered her father, being transgender now, I'm sure she didn't even see that shit coming.
Oh, they
I mean, they knew it when
That-
it started.
people
but
knew
I'm
that
saying,
when he won the Olympics.
when they first started,
Right.
Like, come on.
I think,
Yeah.
and I
And look at her
think
mama.
her mom,
She learned from the best.
Listen.
So,
I think there's something went a little left
That
for
poor
her.
manager. I mean, for me, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you know, as a mental health counselor, as a social worker, I'm not. The empathy is just not there for this situation with her.
With her, exactly.
No, I don't
And I
feel sorry
totally
for her.
agree with Shay, and I've
Yeah.
been telling people this for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and is that once his mother died, and you, and
It's
if
a
y'all
wrap.
watch him on Drink Champs, he talks about that whole
Facts.
situation. His mother, his father was together until his mother's career took off, and she took him and left his father behind.
Right.
Kanye doesn't want to do that with his kids.
Right.
He's having PTSD.
Exactly.
Completely.
Completely. And no one understands it.
Yeah.
His kids don't know his family in Chicago.
Right.
You get what I'm
Right,
saying? His
right.
kids don't know that side of his family that
Yeah.
he needs them to know.
Right.
And because he didn't have that. But here you have this woman
Mm-hmm.
and her clique, because it's not a family. It's
Yeah.
a clique.
Hollywood life.
They are manipulative.
Right.
The Hollywood life.
The Hollywood,
Yeah.
like, because you watch how, look at
Yeah.
every man in that environment. Look at every black man in that environment. Look how they come off. They come off as they
He
cheat.
do need help.
They're the
Period.
bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Every black man in that environment. So when you reach an environment, when you look at the environment,
Drug
that's
abuser.
drug abusers, you know, all of that. She's yet to the other one. Yes, let go of Oldham. Let him go. He a hot mess, so she won't divorce him. For me, I'm looking at the environment,
Exactly.
and the environment doesn't support mental healthiness for black men.
Mm-hmm.
Either you convert and you comply with the environment that you're in,
Right.
or fuck you and get out the way.
Exactly.
so one of the interesting stories I heard.
No, you
No, you
bring
fine.
up a good point.
One of the interesting things I heard regarding Kim Kardashian. So obviously, she's Robert Kardashian's daughter,
Yes.
the guy that helped get OJ off. She also was, you know, the stylist, clothing designer. She comes in, fix people closets up. You know,
Yeah.
she did stuff like that. Her biggest claim to fame was actually a claim to shame before she became
Right.
what we know her as. She basically stole, I think it was like $100,000 from Brandy. And the story that I heard is the reason why the sex tape with Ray J came out, because it was a plan to help get the money back.
That makes sense. That sounds Hollywood as fuck. That makes sense.
Right. Right.
So rather than just work her way back and pay it, and or you know go into her trust fund and do it, she went that route, but that's a story, and the only reason I say it's just a story because the timeline's a little off, because you know she was what 17, 18, or 19 when she did that.
Yeah.
Sex tape came out years later, like
Yeah. Whatever.
you know.
My
But
thing is like even though they whatever their relationship, whoever's lying, it doesn't matter. To me,
Right.
it's like if Kanye is doing this shit he's doing for publicity and for, like, I don't like him because you're not considering the fact that your children are gonna grow up and see all this shit,
all of it,
and be like, Dad, what the fuck were you thinking?
It's both,
like, why
though,
would you do
Sibby.
that?
It's both.
It's both.
It's
I'm not
both.
saying, but he's
It's
doing
both.
things out in the open, and, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, whatever she's doing, she's keeping it under wraps, except for this Pete Davidson thing or whatever. That's different.
Let me bring it to a
Yeah,
more.
but the-
Let me bring it to a
Exactly.
more local level.
I'm just,
Right.
I'm concerned about the
Let me
kids.
bring it to a
that's
more
I
local
think
level.
everybody is, but go, yeah, that's a fact.
You're at Thanksgiving, family, whatever. There's a family issue, and you get blamed for it. And while you're getting blamed for it, to defend yourself, you
Yes,
start
sir.
pointing out everybody else's issues.
Agreed. Yes.
This is what humans do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. But when when your children are your priority, you think before you do those things.
Yeah.
But you're not thinking because you're on defense.
Right,
Completely.
but that's because you're not mature enough to think. If people that are mature enough to think can think in that
He
moment
is
and
about
make a better
publicity.
choice.
Yes, he is,
You
Bev.
can make a better choice. You know what I'm saying? And he's choosing not to. Now you dressing like grass and standing in front of the building. That's not healthy for your kids to see. You know what I'm saying? And it
You know
bothers
what?
me that people are like, a lot of people don't like Kim Kardashian, and that's fine. Everybody has their own
Right.
opinion. But now y'all are acting like this stalking and all this shit. I'm scared that it's gonna turn into something that people are gonna think is okay, and
Right.
it's not. You're stalking your wife, like that.
Somebody has to
It's a problem.
Probably.
You wanna go-
Somebody is at the door. You
Yeah,
probably
like,
your
I just-
husband.
that's what scares me, the appropriation of things that are not good, regardless of what behind it.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
and I agree with CB. You know,
Yeah.
should we think less of it because they got money? Should we
No.
think less of
Right.
it because of who it is? You know, should we be dismissive of the fact that it's because it's Kanye?
Yeah.
You know, because let's think about this. If Jay-Z was to punch Beyonce in the face on national TV, the whole world
Will go off.
Will go off.
Go off.
Will go off regardless.
But you know what's even more crazy?
So
The whole world would be entertained.
Just like
They
they were
would be.
entertained with that
And they
elevator
still
thing.
entertain with with
Yeah.
all
Like,
the stuff. But that's how
If you
people
go
are.
on social media, majority of the stuff that goes viral is
Right.
usually some negative behavior that they try
Toxic
to
shit
turn
that
into
people think is funny.
a joke.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go on TikTok,
Yeah, the door.
all these videos and stuff that they do is usually, like, even the sounds that they use is usually based on something that happened in a negative or toxic way,
Right.
and they flip them. You know.
It happens. It happens. But we got some.
But enough
clients-
about Kanye.
Yeah, move on. I digress.
I knew that would
one.
take up a good
Jeez.
20 minutes at least.
That is right.
There's so much to be said.
It's so
about,
much
like,
to be
you
said,
know,
and everybody has some stuff, and everybody was pretty much on the same wave with that one. And just the whole culture and manipulative things, publicity, got a whole
like mental health.
yeah.
You
Talked
know,
about all of
it's
that.
all subjective, it's all opinionated. We don't know until we know.
Exactly, and we're like we're not there behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We don't know what the real thing is. For all we know, they planned to do this whole shit.
Correct.
And in a couple of years, they're gonna renew their vows and have 3 more kids. We don't fucking know.
We don't
what
know.
Just like
we're
Beyonce
doing.
and Jay-Z put
Yeah,
the whole women out.
exactly.
He
Exactly.
cheated on her with Becky with the good hair.
Right.
Yeah,
The
that's
fuck
real.
up. That
Right.
was such a publicity stunt.
Right.
Yeah, I bought into that. Running around here
Nah.
chasing down white women with good hair. Because you think Jay-Z slept with her.
It's crazy. Crazy. But
I don't like the appropriation of negative
Yeah.
things just because it's Hollywood and it's entertaining for us.
Mhm.
Like, it bothers me when women
Because
that
you're
we love
mature.
and know.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
you
get-
have a positive vibration.
Right.
The rest of the world,
Don't,
not so
exactly.
much.
Like, it bothers
Yeah.
me that they'll post a meme of Kanye in the bushes and be like, this is hilarious. No, it's not, bitch. If your man was doing that to you, you'd be at the precinct getting an order of protection.
I don't even
Exactly.
think
It's
that
not
was
funny.
Kanye. I think that
Yeah.
was just a paparazzi trying to get pictures.
Maybe.
Who
That's
knows?
possible.
But it's a real situation. Come on,
possible.
King. It is a real situation. You know what I'm
Because they
saying?
do stuff like that all the
Yeah.
time.
They next. I
Over there?
don't know. I think they next to you, Angie. Well, go on the other side. All right, so we get into the get down because we are definitely moving into the live.
So what's your topic? You have one.
Do I?
You said you had one.
I do have one. It just has to do with, in a sense, like communication, right? So communication or lack thereof. Now, if you had an opportunity to our viewers that are still on and rocking with us, we always say communication is everything, right? Communication is a golden ticket to life. You're only gonna be able to get the things that you want in life if you communicate them openly, effectively. And when it comes to relationships, this seems to be the number one issue, or partnerships, or whatever you want to call it, when there is a lack of communication, right? Mm-hmm. So if someone wronged you overall, how long would you wait until you communicated that to that person?
I'm sorry to laugh.
What was the question?
I realize what we're talking about now.
If someone, I don't know what you laughing at, but if someone wrongs you, how long would you wait for you to communicate that to that person? If you felt wrong in the situation.
How long would you wait? The person that got wrong,
the person,
you need to communicate the person that
the
did
damage,
wrong?
Yeah, whatever damage that someone, whether it's on both ends or not. When it comes to communication, you're talking about relationships. Effective communication is the fact that two adults, when they feel like there's an issue, if you have a bond, you have a friendship, you have whatever you got, it's solid, it appears to be solid, whatever you want to call it. How long would you wait to communicate to that person that you are impacted by whatever situation would have taken place? How long would you wait? Go ahead, Vicky.
For me, I just went through this.
Right,
Come on.
I just went through this.
Come on.
I had a situation where I'm dealing with someone, and they did the whole, I'm in a bad space, I need to fall back.
Me.
You know, I got to get myself together, I'm in a bad space. And I'm like, right before my birthday and right before Valentine's Day.
Interesting enough.
And I'm like, okay, no problem. But I was like, well, what's going on? And they don't want to talk about it. And then here I am, and I'm pissed.
Right.
I'm volatile.
Bro, this we go. This where we at.
I'm volatile, but I had to, but I gave myself.
Right.
I said, you know what? Go ahead and fall back, and I gave myself that time. And then when I seen them again, because after 2 days of me not engaging,
right,
they hit me up and was like, yo,
what's wrong?
What's wrong? Right. And then that's when the conversation. Right. And then I did this. Period. I didn't do it through text. I was like, we need to talk face to face.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But you waited for them to contact you, right?
Because they wanted to fall back.
Right. So they wanted to fall back. She let him fall back, and then you chose your power, your peace, and said, oh, okay, this is what we doing? So I'm going to fall back too.
Then he came back around like, wait.
Right. Then we go back into the chasing factor things, okay, right? It's like going around.
And then right. And that's what I said. Yes, this is toxicity that I, at my age, don't want. Not that I don't need, I don't want it. So communication is key. If you can't talk, then you need to walk.
Right. I'm here with that one. I'm here with that. What about you, Maine?
So let me rehash this to make sure I'm on the right page.
So you're on the right page.
Okay.
Let's go.
So somebody did you wrong, right?
Well, again, we're talking about point of views, right? So if I'm impacted by something that appears to have happened, right, then yeah, somebody wronged me.
So you feel somebody did you wrong. Right. I'm not saying you specifically.
I'm not saying, we're not saying me specifically. This is my topic, Shay's topics. Okay?
And you're asking,
so we're clear.
How long do you wait to address that person that did you wrong?
How long would you wait? And this goes on both ends. So like what Vic just brought up, right? He fell back, he wasn't communicating, so she said, all right, cool, interesting. All these things are lining up. I'm going to fall back and I'm not communicating. So now this person says, woo, I'm going to jump back on there because, wait, she didn't call me. She didn't talk to me for 2 days or whatever like that. If there's a situation that happens, if this makes it more clear for our viewing audience, if a situation happens and you have had a bond with this person, you have been communicating with this person, y'all have been rolling, y'all have been rocking, y'all have been solid. At least, no. Don't necessarily mean that you're having sex with them. Right. Okay? But a friend, whomever. And there's a situation that must have taken place, whether you're privy to the situation or not. And there begins to be a retraction, a ghosting period, as we will call, right? And the person doesn't say anything. Right. I'm saying my question and Shay's topic is, as people that are out here as grown-ass adults, how long would you wait to communicate that there appears to be an issue?
I wouldn't wait.
Okay. And I think that's what
because
Farrah said. Yes, there's no waiting.
The reason why you don't want to wait would normally be because you want to continue the interaction, relationship, or whatever you're doing with this person. However,
come on now.
If you have to question whether you would wait or not, maybe it's not even worth dealing with or addressing. Like I'm not going to go out of my way to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed.
Hello.
I've done that way too long in my earlier life. I haven't and I will not do that anymore. So if you're not vibing with me and you choose to do XYZ, don't worry about my ABC.
Okay. That's what I'm talking
about. I'm like how Vicky is like, I'm going to be like, okay, even with friends, like I just went through this. People that are very close to you, that love you to death, and for whatever reason, they start acting weird, and then they say that you're acting weird, and I'm like, okay.
Why are you acting weird?
With me? Right. So to me, it's like, well, if I'm acting weird and I'm affecting your life negatively in some way, then you feel free to move on. Right. I want you to move on because I don't want to be something like that in anybody's life. So I pulled away. It's been months, and now you come back around crying because the people that you thought were better company have shitted on you, and you remember that I've always been there. But now you're not gonna find me where you left me.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna have a confrontational conversation because you didn't give a fuck from the beginning.
Hello.
So now that you're feeling it and you feel now you want to conversate, you want to talk. No. There's no talking. You're not gonna have that. You can just move on.
Shout out to Tamika Moore on the check-in, Farrah on the check-in.
Mika, that's my baby.
I would give a person 2 days because I'm giving them 1 day to consider what just transpired.
Okay.
And then a day to think about how they're gonna address it. And then I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna talk to you. Your choice. If you want to talk about it, we talking about it.
Right.
But if you say I don't want to talk about it, I don't understand what you're talking about, what are you talking about, then I'm done.
Right.
So I'm giving you 2 days. Think about what just happened, how you want to go about it.
My thing is, I don't like the passive aggressive shit.
Thank you.
Because like we sisters, if I did something that offended Shay, she's gonna come to me and be like,
"Facts,
bitch, what the fuck was that?" And I'm gonna be like, "What happened? Girl, I didn't even mean that." And right there it gets squashed because we come to each other. But if you consider yourself to be my friend, my sister, my brother, whatever, and you act in some type of way, and you're talking to all of our other friends about it, but you're not coming to me, you're fake, and I don't want you in my life.
Exactly.
I don't care how long I've known you.
Yeah.
I don't care if you wheeled me into the hospital with a panic attack.
Exactly.
If that's how you move, that's not how I move. So you can do that with those people.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it because your actions are very clear. So why do we need words?
And that's what I said. Action over everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I get it. Some people are just, I got to a point where, someone said to me like, all right, people don't communicate the way that you necessarily communicate. And that's a fact because you've told me that before too. And I said, I get it. That people are not necessarily as open and as honest as I can be. Sometimes I feel like my honesty is to a default. But I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not making nobody want to have a relationship, a friendship, or anything like that with me. If you feel that it's better on that side of the fence, good job, okay? And my hat's off to you because clearly you don't feel that you we didn't have a strong enough bond for you to feel I was important enough to communicate and to talk about what it was. You must have thought I was going to judge you for something. So there's no, you don't even know. So there's no judgment level when there's true, solid, and there's a foundation to build on. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, ultimately for me, I would just be like, okay, it is what it is. We're going to just cut our losses and go on with ourselves. But, that's just,
at the
how we
end
rock.
of the day,
now with a partner, I feel it's different because you can't just let shit lie like that. You got to confront things with a partner.
You do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you are supposed to hash shit out. Point blank period or whatever.
At the end of the day, your energy and vibration will tell you how to move and how not to move.
Where we going with that?
At the
Come on
end
now.
of
The
the
vibe
day,
is real.
You will always know if somebody's trying to plug into you or pull the plug out.
That's a fact.
So,
on that note, I need to release my plug. Excuse me.
The honesty is
The
beautiful.
honesty is beautiful.
We about to wrap it up anyway.
Shay gotta go to the bathroom.
I'm going to show the guests that are in the room, makeup or not.
Hola.
Hello.
Loudmouth Puerto Rican in the house. How you doing?
Thank you. Hello.
hello. Lady Lee on the spot.
Hold on, let me fix myself.
Oh my Lord.
Hi, this is Vicky. How are you?
Oh, good Lord.
Shout out to the vibrations. That's gonna start
He
in like
just
20 minutes.
arrived. That's
Yes,
why you
the
didn't hear his
vibration.
voice.
Oh, they turned- yeah.
Sibby didn't have no muzzle on him. He just got here.
Yeah, we just got here.
Stay tuned. Hold on, turn it around. Stay tuned for the vibration.
Coming up next.
Coming up next. Yes, we're ready.
Yeah, they gonna talk some more junk.
We're gonna wait for Maine to leave because he got so many opinions. Like, we want to say everything, and that's it.
It's fine. It's all good. I'll wait till Shay come back so we can do the normal ending. Shout out to Tiff. She said, we're adults, so I don't do childish shit. I agree.
Thank
We're
you.
grown enough to have enough conversation and talk things out. I'm not kissing nobody's ass
Thank you.
to figure out what's wrong. Farrah said, exactly, man. We don't chase no one. I'm too grown. Bev said it depends on how they wronged you. That was earlier on, so she might have changed that opinion. The vibration is definitely cooning up next or coming up next?
I don't know.
Conning up next?
Listen.
You mean coming up next?
Hello.
It is.
Me and margaritas.
Yes, they are so good right
Any more questions before we go? It's your last chance. Anybody in the chat on the check-in to write a question, chime in, because we're about to call it a night, and you're about to leave this live broadcast and go to the Vibrations podcast live broadcast. So, let's see. Did they miss any other questions?
How long do you wait?
Right.
Oh, my whole fucking day.
Right. I'm not about to be stirred in my feelings to
Oh, no.
no. If it's something that really bothered me personally, then I'm gonna talk to that person. Well, I don't really get bothered by people because I feel like humans are weird. Like, I don't take shit offensively. I be like, all right, that's you and the Lord. That's you and the Lord, bitch. That's you and Jesus. It ain't got shit to do with me.
That's
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
like, your reaction is based on your life and how you see things. If you can't see past your own nose, that's not my problem.
And that's the whole other thing too. Is like at this day and age, like why are we even bother holding grudges? I'm not gonna ruin my peace by entertaining.
Exactly.
By entertaining one, your own insecurities to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And two, I'm not going out of my way to initiate anything to deal with whatever's going on with you. Apparently, you are in your feelings.
Right.
Let's have a conversation.
That's what I said. If I did something that bothered you, how am I supposed to know that unless you tell me?
Hello.
And I'm not chasing, like, you know, Maine said it right. I'm not chasing.
I'm not.
No, but you know
Have
what?
a conversation
I'm
with
going
you,
to say,
unless you are important to me.
Right.
well, this is
Right.
part, we're saying
Right.
this person is important. Y'all have a good, genuine relationship. Like, I lost a girlfriend because she advised other people that there was a problem between us,
Mm-hmm.
but never came directly to me about that problem.
Right.
I had no idea what the problem was, but our relationship ended. I'm like,
Yeah.
as a grown person, I would think, because there was years of friendship, you would say, you know what, Angela,
This is
Angie,
what happened.
this is A, B, C, and
Yeah.
D. I didn't like how A, B, and C went down. It bothered me in such a way, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm clueless,
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you want me to be like, well, we haven't spoken in 2 months, so I'm thinking maybe something's wrong. You want to talk? Fuck that. Fuck that.
Right. So
Something's wrong, come to me. If you know me, you know that you could talk to me about anything.
and that's the part that kills
Everyone
me.
knows that.
That's the
right.
part that kills me. If you really know
You know
me,
you could talk to me.
you could talk to me. That would be offensive to me. It's like, you don't know. That just shows like you
Right.
really don't know me.
Like,
Yeah.
what is our
And
friendship
that
based
is
on
the
then?
that's the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Like, it's you get to a point in life where you're saying, one, life is too short. We done all been through this COVID shit. The fact that we all sitting here having this damn conversation is a blessing. So it's like for you to take every second or any second to not communicate effectively as to what the fuck is going on in Houston, we have a problem. Like it gotta
like,
come to a
what
point
was
where
it,
you
Tiffany?
be true.
She said, we too grown for that shit. It's
Facts.
out here trying to do this little kid shit. And
Yeah.
that's specifically what I said when that situation came up. One of my other friends was
Yeah.
like, this is what's happening. I was like, and why are you telling me
Right.
how she feels?
Thank you.
That's supposed to be sis. Why are you telling me what's going on? So
Come
to me,
and have-
it's like I don't speak child. I don't speak that language anymore. I don't
No.
speak child. I'm not a teacher. I'm not your mother. I'm not your therapist.
Right.
If you have a problem with me, talk to me.
Address it.
Chances
Yeah.
are, I didn't even know what the fuck I did, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just give me a chance for that.
And
you
that's
know?
right, because it's like we're not always right in a situation.
Right.
We're not
Right.
always, you know what I'm
We
saying?
have-
We're not always going to be
We're
on
not
point.
always aware.
Thank you. Not always aware, not always right, and we don't know what could have been a trigger for you.
Right.
Because we
Right.
all have our own personal triggers. So it's
Right.
like, if something happened that I offended you or whatever like that, then speak to me so
Right.
that you giving me the grace,
opportunity.
the opportunity,
Right,
but
right.
also I
It's
always
the
say for
respect,
people,
too.
respect the grace, the mercy, whatever, to be like, yo,
To
she's
give
not
you insight,
perfect. And
right.
none of us are perfect. So it's like, all right, well, at least hear the person out to figure out what the hell is going on. Because
Did I mean it?
yeah, did
Was
I
it a
really?
mistake?
Yeah, did I mean it? Did it offend you? Okay, if I fuck with you and I really care for you enough, then I'm gonna apologize and be like, yo, that's not where I really wanted that to go. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that was all my topic was, you know, it is what it is about communication. And Bev, to answer your question, what's in that red cup? This is Red Cup Conversations. You know what it is.
Shout out to Thea Love on the check-in. I see you.
Quevo Margarita.
So
What
we're
you
about
got?
to wrap this up. And
Okay. So you don't have a question?
No, we good.
Oh, we're good. Okay,
I'm
sounds
waiting
great
for
to
you.
me.
We about to wrap this up.
Whew, I had to
Y'all
release.
about to leave this podcast to go to another podcast, which is
Facts.
called The What?
The vibration, baby. We are
And
ready
some of
for
the
it.
guests that you saw on this podcast will be in the other one. So,
Absolutely.
again,
Say it, man. What is this?
this concludes episode 30
Yes.
of the
There
Dear
we
Love
go.
and Lust podcast.
3-0.
Make sure you follow us
We
at
dirty,
MaineEventLive.com, Dear
Thank
Love
you.
and Lust, and our Facebook page, Dear Love and Lust.
Please.
We also have some merch and apparel on MaineEventLive.com/store. You'll see, get some t-shirts. You can get the cups from Bklyn Shay directly. She got a lot of them.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
You know, just
It just,
What the fuck was that?
it just spun around. It really did that on its own.
Follow
I promise.
Bklyn Shay on all social media. That's BKLYN Shay SHAY.
Yes.
Follow me, Maine Event Live, MaineEventLive.com. Maine Event Live on all social media. Don't forget the E at the end of that Maine. Short for my real name, Jumaine. And finally, if you have any questions about love, sex, or relationship, you can email us at dearloveandlust@gmail.com. And we'll try to respond to them in the next episodes. So thank you.
And we have a couple of plugs.
Go ahead.
Just a couple.
away.
Plug. For those who are still tuned in, which is seeing 3 people, okay, we good. All right, you're going to see this on the flip on the tail end, all right? The first thing that we got coming up, which would be the end of this month, shout out to UGT. They have an event, Love and History, Mojave. We love you, your fam. You know what it is. It is happening in Troy on the 26th of February, which is a Saturday. So if you really got you a person that you really mess with, you want to come out, you want to hear some poetry, you want to hear some music, shout out to Zoo Bosses. Y'all the motherfucking, I love y'all because it be fire that they always spitting. Definitely we got some poets. We got C.B. Lavos will also be there. My sister, I love her. And so many other amazing poets. And I get the pleasure of co-hosting with my bro Mojave. So I'm here for all of that. So shout out to the U on that one.
Step show tomorrow.
Yes, the Step Show is happening tomorrow. Shout out to Lady T. She will be co-hosting, doing something.
At the Palace
All right, at the
Theater.
Palace Theater tomorrow. I believe that starts around 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So get your ticket if you have not gotten your ticket already, and go and support Black excellence at its finest. Support our youth. We are here, Black History Month. We know it's the shortest month of the century and everything, but we here for it. Okay, doesn't matter how short it is on that particular level. Check in on March 5th.
Black 365, don't worry about it.
Yeah, 365. There we go. On March 5th, Her Temple Model X, who have been on a whole break for the last 2 years. Hiatus, okay? COVID hit. We took a nap. We said we wasn't going to do nothing, okay? So, we are having our first production that we have not came out to the world and just shared. We've been holding this baby for 2 years. It's a labor of love, matters of the heart, confronting a narcissist. So that is happening in Rensselaer. We could add the information in the comment section and stuff like that. Yes, it is definitely very personal. And then on March 6th, we have the opportunity. Shout out to Kizzy. We will be performing. We got our people, Tammy, Angie, Lady Lee, this, that, and the third, CB. We got Tenica, we got Sweet Chocolate, and Bklyn Shay. And it is her Temple Monologues. We will be performing at the Capitol Renaissance Gala that they have going on that Sunday. So we are very excited about that. And new venture. Are you ready for it? We got King is in the building, and he presented something very interesting. But a spinoff of the wonderfulness of a blind, is it a blind date? Love is blind. Let me get it right. Love is blind. So I said blind date because that's pretty much where he's going with it. So, an opportunity to kind of check in with King. We'll drop his information on, this particular part. If you are single people only, okay, right. Who are about their business, who really are looking for love, want to find someone that, matches their fly, communicates effectively,
that will hang out with you after
hang out with you after Valentine's Day. We have CB and King. They are going to be the hostess with the mostest, and they are trying to pull off an opportunity for blind dating, okay? So whatever that's going to look like, that's some interesting stuff to me. So that's supposed to be coming up, and they're going to have more information coming sooner than later, okay? So if you single, you want to find somebody. We here for this shit on Dear Love and Lust,
right? Like
okay?
The idea is to spark love, not to
spark
find
love,
it's
not for ass.
It's not a Tinder thing. It's
not for me. No.
You know what? Very interesting. But that's pretty much what we got on the table, which is a lot. I'm sure one way, shape, or form I missed something, but charge it to my heart. Or should I say my mind, not my heart? Yeah, that one. That thing
we getting
right
older,
there.
it's not working as much.
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes it's just not. Okay, charge it to my mind. That's what I'm going to say. Not my heart.
Stay tuned
my heart
to
is real.
MaineEventLive.com. We will have a list of some events coming up soon. Get on our membership list so you can get the emails and find out as soon as we know, so you'll be the first to get tickets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not just parties, comedy shows also,
right.
Plays, poetry shows, concerts,
trips,
a lot of things, definitely trips.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out if I'm still going to Essence Fest for my birthday or are we doing Miami. But you will get all that details very soon.
Sounds good. Sounds great. And we would like to say shout out to the episode that is the Dirty 30, all right? And we appreciate y'all all on the check-in, on the ones and the twos. And what up? We got Curtis, what's happening? But we are two people that just been through some shit, and we here to just have a good time with y'all, okay? Peace.